A Bundle of Troubles. One of my favorite African-American tales, A Bundle of Troubles, reminds us not to think too much about that grass on the other side of the fence. One night Mose went to bed 'bout bowed down with his troubles. Seemed like all of 'em was a-hoppin' on him at onct. He turned and twisted, but by and by he went to sleep, and then he had the dream. Seemed like in the dream everybody had all of a sudden started myratin' and fussin' 'bout their troubles. Seemed like they couldn't talk 'bout nothin' else. Finally, the devil, he got tired of all this loose talk 'bout troubles, 'cause most of 'em was blamed on him. Then one Saturday, 'thout nobody 'spectin' him, he 'peared uptown, jest as the streets was most crowded, and he rung a bell to call all they attentions to him. When everybody gathered round, he say like this: "I've been hearin' a powerful lot 'bout all you folks' troubles. You all thinks you has got more troubles as anybody, and I's a-gettin' mighty tired of hearin' 'bout nothin' else. You all nussin' your troubles so hard you ain't got no time for no real sinnin'. I tell you what I's a-gonna do. I's a-gonna take up all of you troubles. Everybody what has got troubles, jest wrop 'em up in a bundle and bring 'em down to the depot check room right away, and I'll take 'em up and rid each and everybody of you troubles. Now go home and wrop them troubles up and hurry down to the depot with 'em." Well, it didn't take Mose more'n a minute to get home. He say he warn't runnin' 'zactly, but he was a-passin' a lot of folks what was. He got the biggest thing he could find to hold all of his troubles, which was a big paper box with Saunders tripe printed on the outside. Mose didn't think it would begin to hold all his troubles, but he started in a packin' anyway. First went in his old rheumatiz, and then his cons. "You all been hurtin' me for many the year," he said, "and I's sho glad to part company with you." Then went in the landlord and the storekeeper what Mose owe for his fertilize. Then there was his back church dues what he hadn't paid, and that yeller gal over at Marse John Simmons' place. I don't know why he put her in, but he did. Then he throwed in his sore tooth, and his boy what got drunk all the time, and the old plow what never would foller a straight furrow. Then went in his old black skin, all his gray hair, and his wife's naggin', and the hatchet that would fly offen the handle. He throwed in his old mule Bess, what kicked the daylights out'n him every time she got a chancet, and that sportin' nigger what was a-slippin' round his youngest gal. He throwed in a heap more tribulations, and it seemed like the box jest wouldn't hold all of 'em, but there was allus a little room at the top. By and by he had 'em all in, and then he took a big breath and a piece of old plow line and tied them troubles up hard and fast in the box. He made a nice bundle and throwed it on his wheelbarrow and started for the depot. It took him a long time to get there, 'cause the streets was packed with folks all loaded down with bundles. There was old Sis Tompkins, what didn't anybody know ever had a trouble in her life, and was allus a-laughin' and a-jokin' and a-goin' on. She was loaded down with such a big bundle that she had 3 of her little grandchildren a-helpin' her tote it. There was the preacher with a good-sized load. There was even white folks, and Mose was surprised at that, but they seemed to have the biggest bundles of all. There was old Cunnel Leroy, the biggest man in the town. Even he had a bundle. It warn't a very big bundle, about the size of a dozen eggs wropped up, but it was a bundle just the same. When Mose got to the depot, the check room was piled up to the ceilin' with bundles, and the devil had 3-4 of his imps a-helping him with the checkin'. Mose put down his bundle, and a perlite little imp put a check on it and handed Mose a stub. "What fo' you gimme this check?" say Mose. "I don't want the bundle back, no time at all." "'Tain't you check," says the perlite little imp. "It's somebody else's check. You see, it's like this. Next Tuesday, all you what's checked a bundle of troubles comes back here with these checks, and you get somebody else's bundle of troubles. Every one of you has been a-sayin' that you troubles was worser yit, so the old man, he gonna let each of you trade and get somebody else's troubles." "Well," say Mose, "I sure won't mind that. Maybe I get some nice easy troubles like dander, or a good-looking wife, or too much money." And then he put out for home. Long 'bout can't-see time, when Mose was a-settin' on his porch, he got to thinkin' about the proposition, and the more he think 'bout it, the lesson he likes it. He 'members somethin' 'bout old Cunnel Leroy, and some of the other folks, too. Seemed like it jest warn't workin' out like he had thunk. By and by he got down his hat and his walkin' stick, and he went down to the depot to see how things was a-comin'. When he got there, first thing he heerd was somebody laughin', and he looked round the corner of the pile of bundles, and there was the devil and the imps a-laughin' fit to kill. Seemed like they had jest heerd the bestest joke anybody ever told. "Now look here," say Mose to hisself, "when the devil gits to laughin', somebody bound to git the worst of it. I ain't never heerd of the old boy doin' anybody a favor yit less'n he gits the best of the deal." So he went up to the devil, perlite like, and he say, "Mr. Devil, maybe I make a mistook today. I left a big bunch of troubles with you, but I ain't so sure now that I wants to part with 'em. They been with me so long I thinks that I's growed kind of fond of 'em. Wonder could I get 'em back 'thout nobody axin' me no questions?" The devil, he opened his mouth wide and laugh, and when he laugh it was worser as when he frowns. His eyes didn't have no whites in 'em, and was all shiny like they been polished. His funny skin was a-twitchin', and his tail was a-lashin' back'ards and for'ards. "Brer Mose," he say, 'tween laughs, "I's powerful sorry to tell you, but the check for your bundle is in somebody else's hands now, and I don't see how you can get it back." "Well, then," say Mose, "I wonder if'n you can show me what kind of lookin' bundle this here check of mine calls for." "To be sure," say the old boy, and he looked at the check and went round comparin' it with the checks on the bundles. "Here it is," he finally say, and he holds up the little bundle of troubles of Cunnel Leroy. "Looks like a mighty nice little bundle of troubles you gonna get Tuesday, Brer Mose. I congratulates you. Just a little bundle of white folks' troubles. That oughtn't worry a old darky like you." When Mose see that bundle, he's scart most to death. "Please, sir, Mr. Devil," he say, "please, sir, give me my old bundle of troubles back. That's it, right over there by that little green imp, in the box marked with the tripe. I've been a-thinking it over, and my troubles ain't so bad. I kind of miss the old cause and the rheumatiz and the game tooth. By rights I owes the landlord and the storekeeper, and wouldn't be right not to pay 'em. That yeller gal ain't going to bother me no more, 'cause she's getting crazy about somebody else. I can take a firmer hand with the chillun, and I don't mind being mule-kicked or throwed by the plow, and I kind of misses the old woman's nagging already. To tell the truth, I don't believe they was troubles after all, just little worries, and I misses 'em turrible. Won't you please to give 'em back, sir?" The devil, he laugh again, and he laugh and laugh, and Mose begin to back off a little way. Then the devil look mad, and he say, "Take you bundle of troubles, Brer Mose," he say, "but don't you ever let me hear you fussin' 'bout 'em again, or I'll give you some sho' enough troubles." Mose grab up his troubles and toss 'em up on his shoulder like they was no more'n a box of feathers. It didn't take no wheelbarrow to get 'em away from that depot. Why didn't Mose take old Cunnel Leroy's troubles when he had a chancet? I axes him that. Mose say he see a coffin in that bundle, and he 'members jest in time that the Cunnel's trouble was a little old cancer of the stomach.